Shalom. Hello again. So we're finishing up a brief portion of verses 5 and 6. We're in Psalms chapter 24. So the privilege of God's particular people, Psalms 24, 5 and 6 says, For he shall receive the blessing. And thirdly, they shall be safe, for God himself will be the God of their salvation. This is where God gives righteousness. He certainly designed salvation. Those that are made meet for heaven shall be brought safely to heaven, and then they will find what they have been seeking to their endless satisfaction. So this will conclude verses 3 to 6. Now moving right along to Psalms 24, 7 to 10. What was spoken once is spoken a second time in these verses. Such repetitions are useful in songs and have much beauty in them. Now the reading of Psalms 24, 7 through 10.
And ho, ye gates, and be ye lift up ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord strong and mighty, the Lord mighty in battle. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, even lift them up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord of hosts, he is the King of glory. Selah.
First, the entrance once again demanded for the King of glory. The doors and gates are to be thrown wide open, to give him admission. For behold, he stands at the door and knocks, ready to come in. Secondly, inquiry once and again made concerning this mighty prince, in whose name entrance is demanded. Who is this King of glory? As when any knock at our door, it is common to ask, who is there? 3, the satisfaction once and again given concerning the royal person that makes the demand. It is the Lord, strong and mighty, the Lord, mighty in battle, the Lord of hosts. Psalms 24, 8 to 10.
Who is this King of glory? The Lord of hosts, he is the King of glory. Selah.
This splendor entry here described, it is portable, refers to the solemn being in of the ark into the tent David pitched for it, or the temple Solomon built for it. When David prepared materials for the building of it, it was proper for him to prepare a psalm for the dedication of it. It was proper for him to prepare a psalm for the dedication of it. The potters are called upon to open the doors, and they are called everlasting doors, because much more durable than the door of the tabernacle, which was but a curtain. They are taught to ask, who is this King of glory? And those that bore the ark are taught to answer in the language before us, and very furthy, because the ark was a symbol or token of God's presence, according to Joshua 3:11, which says, Behold, the ark of the covenant of the Lord of all the earth passes over before you into Jordan. It may be taken as a poetic figure designed to represent the subject more efficiently. God, in his word and ordinance, is thus to be welcomed by us. With great readiness, the doors and gates must be thrown open to him. Let the word of the Lord come into the innermost and uttermost part in our souls. And if we had 6,000 necks, we should bow them all to the authority of it. With all reverence, remembering how great a God he is, with whom we have to do in all our approaches to him. Secondly, doubtless it pours at Christ, of whom the ark with the mercy seat was a type. First, we may apply it to the ascension of Christ into heaven and the welcome given to him there. When he had finished his work on earth, he ascended in the clouds of heaven. In Daniel 7:13 and 14 it says, "And I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him." 14. "And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. The gates of heaven must then be opened to him, those doors that may be truly called everlasting, which had been shut against us, to keep the way of the tree of life in Genesis 3:24, which says, "So he drove out, the man, and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims and a flaming sword, which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life. Our Redeemer found them shut, but having by his blood made atonement for sin, and gained a title to enter into the holy place." Hebrews 9:12 states, "Neither by the blood of goats and calves, but by his own blood he entered into once into the holy place, having obtained eternal redemption for us." As one having authority, he demanded entrance, not for himself only, but for us. As the forerunner, he has for us entered and opened the kingdom of heaven to all believers. The keys not only for hell and death, but of heaven and life, must be put into his hand. His approach being very magnificent, the angels are brought in asking, "Who is this King of glory?" For angels keep the gates of the New Jerusalem, according to Revelations 21:22, saying, "And I heard a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the 12 great gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel." Then the first begotten was brought into the upper world. The angels were to worship him according to Hebrews 1:6. And accordingly they here ask with wonder, "Who is he?" This is that cometh with dyed garments, according to Isaiah 63:1 and 3.